May 19th, 2026. We're going to look at NASDAQ today and go over all of with a 2-minute execution time frame. We're going to go over all of the proper alignment entries that occurred today. And we're going to start with the 2-hour MACD right here. 2-hour momentum is not clear and it's consolidating. But when we opened, we had a negative bias, but it's still not clear. So we go to the 30. When the market opens, at market open, our 30-minute it's got a downward negative bias. Our 15-minute is got an upward, so those are not aligned. So right out the gate, we're opening up, we're starting the day not in alignment. And then the 5-minute is going up at market open, so we generally do not trade the first 30 minutes. For first 15 to 30 minutes of the market, we just like to watch the price action unfold. We didn't have any meaningful critical levels hit right here, but all of the critical levels being these colored lines here. But we do have a very interesting situation going on right here. The market low, the pre-market low, was this bold blue line. Previous day's low was this patched blue line. Now that is a critical level. When you have 2 critical levels or 3 critical levels extremely close to each other like that, there's going to be price action around it today. And look, we open there, penetrate here, come back and consolidate here. So there's always going to be interesting price action that occurs when you have a double critical level like that. So let's go over the price action and walk through the day together on a 2-minute execution time frame and look at the trades that we could have taken. We open up not in alignment. We wait for the first 30 minutes to unfold, which ends here. Now the first 30 minutes is over. And now we just go and revisit the charts and see what's the alignment look like. 2 hours still down, 30 minutes still down, 15-minute is still up. So we don't even have an alignment yet at all. We want to wait for a 15-minute to cross over for any sort of opportunity. So the 15 crosses over here, right there. Now the 15 is crossed. See, the 15 hasn't crossed here. But as these next 15 minutes unfold, the crossover starts and it finishes here. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, as soon as this printed to the downside, you look at the 5, and if the 5 is looking strong and you're liking the 5, you know the 15 is nice, you know we're now in alignment with the 30 in the 2-hour, there's probably going to be a continuation, at least a pulse or two that happens within the momentum. And it did. It was right here. That was your profit right there. How would you play it? You would target this candle right here that I'm currently on, which happened at 9:14. Stop loss would be right at the top of that candle or a little bit below, and you would target a 1-to-1 ratio. That's a win. The next alignment that occurs today doesn't happen until here. Is it a strong alignment? Yes, and it's got some weakness to it. We're going to talk about that right now. So again, 9:46, 2-hour going down. 30-minute down, 15-minute down in the red. That's great. 5-minute showing weakness. There's a pullback, but we're in the red, so that's good. That is some sort of alignment. And then what do you see on the 2-minute momentum? It ticks down. Look at this. Momentum building, stalls, ticks down. That is your entry. Entry, again, at the close of the candle, stop loss at the very top of that candle or a little bit below if you'd like. Target a 1-to-1 ratio. The next alignment does not occur until it's to the upside once this 50, because if this 15 is weak like this, if it's pulling, here's the 15. If this 5-minute is weak and it's pulling, the closer it gets to flipping direction, that means we're not taking trades until the 15-minute now aligns. We want alignment to be occurring before we take trades. When is the next alignment? Let's see. 5-minute in the green. These are still in the red. We want those to start aligning. Starts now. 15 now, just finished in the green. So now we have a flip We have an alignment with the 15-minute momentum, okay? The 2 hour and the 30 are still not aligned, but that's fine. Ignore that for now and just look at what the charts will offer us with regards to the 15-minute momentum giving us confirmation. So the 15-minute confirms, and now it's in the green officially. So now we go to the 2-minute, and we wait for another alignment. Preferably, we want it to be on the opposite side. We want it to be down here and then flip to the upside. We don't want these overextended plays as much. They work sometimes, but they're not nearly as powerful as these plays right here, right? So we're going to look at those first. We're going down, 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 down. We're looking for an upward opportunity. Remember, the 15 just crossed. Down, 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 ticks up right here. That was a 1-to-1 right there, and that was another win. Let's see if we can find another one. Look, it's right here. See? Down, 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 tick up. Alignment begins here. Look at that run. It's a pretty nice run you have there. So that's another 1-to-1 right there. Now, why would we allow for runners? Why would we maybe size up and not go for a 1-to-1, but maybe go for a 2-to-1, or maybe even a 4-to-1? Why would we do that here? What kind of clues did we have? Well, the 15-minute has not lost power yet. It's building momentum leading up to this point at 11:16. The 30-minute pulling to the upside. 5-minute holding strong. Yes, it might have been losing a little momentum, but it's still in the right aligned direction. And then do you see anything interesting on the 5-minute chart? We're bouncing off of a critical level. Remember the double critical level we talked about in the beginning. Look. We're penetrating up and through this critical level, and look at the volume flowing in on the 5-minute data. So there was a lot of signs to size up and allow for runners here. We have a huge move up. Again, it's not worth it trying to catch these late, but if you do try to catch them, you want to wait for it to cool off, down, 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 tick up. You want to try to catch those. Right when it ticks up is when you want to enter. There's another one right here. See? Right here. Down, 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 tick up. All right, when's the next setup? Did another setup happen today? No, it didn't, if you're wondering. No, it didn't. Why didn't it set up again today? Because the 15 is now losing power, and what's the 5 doing? The 5 is in the red. That means we're definitely not taking any trades. We want the 5 to be in the correct region for the higher time frames. The higher time frames set the bias, and you wait for the 5-minute to be in the right region. And then you go to your 1-minute or 2-minute or 3-minute, your execution time frame, maybe a 30-second, and you wait for the momentum to align. And with that much being said, that was the price action and the setups that occurred today, May 19th. I will see you in the next one.